Welcome back to New Zero Land. In this episode, we're going to find out who Pinaero is.
Me.
Alright, I'm here with Pinaero. He's a road racer, electric bike extraordinaire. He has a 2016 DSR, a Zero DSR. And he's a... Wait.
Yeah, I'm a YouTuber.
Did I already say YouTuber?
Nope, you did not.
Alright, I'm going to start over.
Okay, we're going to start over.
This is how it always works with
Take
me. I take like
2.
10 takes. Alright. We're here with Pinaero, a YouTuber.
Pinaero TM, actually.
Pinaero trademark.
Yeah.
So he's a motorcyclist. He has a 2016 Zero DSR. And he's a big electric motorcycle promoter. Promoter of the
YouTuber.
future
Yeah.
on YouTube. So
Yeah.
you should check out his channel. I'm going to link it in the description below.
You should click on it right there.
Oh yeah, right here. There's going to be a link.
Yep.
If I can ever figure out how
Are
to
you
do
still here? I don't know why you haven't clicked on it yet. I am new to the motorcycle world, I suppose. It's been 2.5 years since I bought Max, which is a 2016 Zero DSR.
So wait, how did Max get her name? What does Max mean to you?
What does Max mean to me? Kind of a little bit of a play off of Deadpool, Maximum Effort. Max, kind of Mad Max, and then there's the Mod Max that was done. But to me, Max, she's supposed to be able to do a little bit of everything.
So how did you get into motorcycles?
Motorcycles, man. Okay. Well, a good buddy of mine, Sam, was talking to me when I was interested in getting a Model 3. I wanted to do a reservation thing. And then I started to learn that Tesla was going to roll out Model 3s to the high-end reservations first. And then like the high density of reservations per area was also going to play a factor. And this was back in early 2016. And at that point, I didn't want to wait all that time for a Model 3, so I was kind of freaking out because like I needed an electric vehicle quick. Didn't want to wait.
Because you've had an electric vehicle before.
Yes, I had a Nissan Leaf, a 2013 model from 2013 to 2015. I returned it in 2015 in May. And then I was, back in the petrol world. And I definitely was not happy with that situation. I wanted to have another electric vehicle. But the Leaf just wasn't quite enough. And the Model 3, Elon Musk is doing amazing things with Tesla. So in my disappointment of having to wait so long, somebody recommended, hey, why not just, get a Zero motorcycle? And I was like, motorcycles are going to kill me. There's no way I'm going to get on a motorcycle. And I've never heard of a Zero. What is a Zero? And, Sam started explaining all of the pros and cons, and one of which was the bike was limited to like 102 at the time.
Miles per hour.
Yeah, 102 miles per hour. And to me, that was kind of like, okay, well, I'd be less likely that you're going to die at 100 miles or less. And then, all the benefits of the electric vehicle, no emissions, being able to charge at home, not having to deal with the spark plug changes, the air filter changes, the oil changes, valve train.
Non-existent?
Yeah. So part of, I guess, Zero's marketing campaign was zero maintenance, which we all know is not 100% accurate because you still get tires, belt, brake pads. And I learned the hard way that includes firmware updates, which has the potential of bricking your bike.
Right. So let's talk about the ups and downs. Well, let's start with the downs.
Yeah.
What have been some issues over your 2 years of ownership?
Oh man. Okay. Well, the parts that have failed me is the onboard charger has died on me twice.
So what did you do with the original charger?
I took it off because you know what? Those chargers apparently have a reputation for, I'm going to keep this PG-13, for going belly up, let's just say. So in the event that I already had 3 Diginal superchargers, I figured why even bother replacing it with another charger that Sam had pointed out that would probably fail in the near future again anyway. So why go through all the headache and spend, like $300 on a charger that's not proven to have a very good track record. Shoot.
Didn't you have your DC?
I think my DC to DC thing went bad. But I could have mixed that up because it could have just been the onboard charger the first time.
Oh.
But I do know that pretty early, and I think I was at like 800 miles, I took my bike to a dealer for the 600-mile service, and they were supposed to update the firmware, and in doing so, they bricked my bike, and they had it for like an additional week. Again, not their fault, because it was the firmware update that Zero had provided, but it bricked the bike. It blew the, I think it's called the main battery board, I think is what ended up being toast at that point. And then other than that, I broke my belt, which is, I mean, kind of, it's just the thing that happens, right? Because I was off-road, I was on throttle, and it was just kind of a ruddy section, and as the tire was bouncing, it was putting a lot of stress on the belt, and it broke. So kind of put a bummer on the day, but it's not like a manufacturing defect or anything. It's just kind of one of the weaknesses of the belt.
But you started off as more of a off-road focused.
Yes, I did a lot of not heavy technical trails, but fire access road, gravel road, just undeveloped roads out towards forests and stuff like that. Because the people I was riding with at the time, that's the type of riding they did. But in more recent times, I've just been doing more road-based stuff because I don't want to go out in the woods by myself, get lost or stuck, and then.
Yeah, check out California Dreamin' on YouTube. That video is amazing. A million views.
Yes. If we get 10,000 likes on that video, I think we're going to do absolutely nothing, but we'll just make another video. So that's going to be a great time, I think. The mods you asked me about. I have Renthal twin walls because I did lay the bike down once upon a time. I talked about that in my 8,000 mile review if you want to check that out. So the handlebars that came with the bike were toast. I replaced those. Got a little bit of scuts in the attributes. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Attributes. I think that's the way it's pronounced. Hand guards. I got me some nifty LED headlight bulb. I got the Bridgestone Battle Axe BT45s, which have been really good on the bike. I haven't taken them off-road because they're not off-road tires, so don't expect a review on the off-road performance because they're not going to happen. Took the tank plastics off, the side plastics off, took off the onboard charger and the skid pad, or skid pan, excuse me.
So it's probably one of the lightest DSRs in existence.
Yeah, I have custom home brew frame sliders, I guess if you want to call them that, on the rears. Let's see what else. I got the 3 DigiNows, which are not currently mounted to the bike.
Hey, I'll cut in some video right now.
And, I got these nifty little tire caps. Those are the highlight of the bike. You should see them. They're really sweet. I feel like there's more. Oh, I know what it is. It's the DigiDongle. I have the DigiDongle in here.
Oh, yeah.
Which is supposed to allow you to connect to the software in the bike. I don't know what that's called, but I'm not smart enough to use it yet, so I'm still reading up on that. I can connect to my bike via Bluetooth in 3 separate ways, by the way. What is that called? Like the manufacturer provided Zero app.
Oh, yeah.
The DigiDongle. And then the DigiNow Supercharger V2. So that's kind of amazing that you can connect to the bike in 3 different ways.
So
I like to brag about it a little bit.
Explain the tank, or lack thereof. What are your thoughts and feelings on having a tank on your bike?
Yeah. So originally, the honest reason why I took it off to begin with was being a new rider with such a beautiful bike. I was like, in case I lay this thing down, because I did on my first outing lay the bike down at a super low speed. I was doing like 2 miles an hour. And at that point, I was like, I don't want to scratch the plastics yet. So I decided if I take it off the bike, then it keeps it safe, right? Kind of like no body, no crime, no plastics, no damage, right? So I took it off, and then I realized that not having that bulky plastic, I'm going to call it a tank, ahead of me was something that I liked, because I could be able to have better visibility to the front tire, especially when I'm in the off-road bits. And I found myself not really missing the plastic, because a lot of people like to put their leg there or their knee when they're on road, or maybe when they're off road and they're standing up, they like to squeeze the tank with their knees. And for me, not having the plastics there was just way more comfortable. And then when I was about to put them back on, because I felt like maybe I was confident enough that I wouldn't suffer a crash or whatever, and then it kind of dawned on me that the tank You know, it's a tank, right? But it's not holding anything. I mean, there's a storage bag in there, but it wasn't holding any gasoline. And to me, that was just faking the funk. I didn't want to put a faux or a Fox, depending on where you're from, a faux tank on the bike, because then I felt like it was just trying to be reminiscent of a gas bike. And I was like, if I'm going to have an electric bike, then why do I want to pretend to have a gas tank? So I temporarily put the vinyl cover on. And I use the word temporary, but it's been there for over a year. But if I move it here, you can see that I actually have an aluminum piece here. And then when the Diginow sit here, there's a Diginow charger brace bracket thing that goes across. So my plan was to build, I'm going to call it a charger cover made out of aluminum and plexiglass. I have all the aluminum, I have the plexiglass, but I just don't have the time. Especially now that I have decided that I may not put 2 chargers here. I may put 3. I may put 1, 2, 3. We don't know. So that's kind of the thing that kind of halted my construction. But yeah, that's the story of the tank, and why I never got back on is because I decided that I didn't want a fake tank. And I don't mean any disrespect out there to all you zero-redders that enjoy your plastics, but I'll tell you what, every bike is different, every person is different, and for me, I'm quite happy with not having a plastic tank.